The next thing you're going to do is to go ahead and read the body paragraphs, because now you're going to search for evidence to see if they have identified pieces of evidence and used it to support the argument in the essay. As you're reading the body paragraphs, you're going to encounter pieces of evidence. Okay, so in order to score the evidence, you need to do several things. One, if they have accurately identified an evidence, so the first one you see, go ahead and go to number 1 here and go and click on evidence identified. Okay, and then if that particular piece of evidence is utilized to support a claim, so even if the thesis statement is unclear or they did not score the thesis point, they can still use the evidence to support the argument. So if it does accurately address the prompt, go ahead and click on support argument. But if it doesn't, you might want to let the author know, hey, here's the problem. So for instance, if they identified something, but their attempt to address the prompt is too vague, they don't really get to explaining how it explains imperial consolidation or expansion, then you can put too vague. Or if historically is inaccurate, okay, you're going to go ahead and place and click this right here. Okay. If somehow though, in addressing the document, you find that they're addressing a form of complexity that's more to just simply, hey, this results to this here, but there are details, there are issues, there are other items that are contradictions with other pieces of evidence, then you can go and put in evidence complexity, and this will come into play later on. But this is much more difficult to do, and they really have to have a strong explanation of the evidence. So on the screen is a list of possible pieces of evidence. So before you actually start to search for this, this will give you an idea of what exactly to look for. So first of all, if you encounter something, it has to be identified correctly. And then from there, these are examples of how it may support the argument and claim. And just a reminder, they don't have to score the thesis point for them to score evidence points. Okay? But generally, these pieces of evidence should apply to a particular category of analysis. Okay? So at this point, pause the video and see if the material matches up, and it doesn't have to be exact. So this is writing, so you have to read. As long as it addresses the prompt correctly, they could score these evidence points. All right, and what you should see is multiple attempts to try to evaluate the evidence. And so again, if they've started scoring some of these points, again, the material will start to fill in. And so you should get a full score listed on the right-hand side, along with what it might look like on the actual rubric as well.